24 of 34 for 253, which is about right in this kind of game, right? But the turnovers, they were just critical in this game. We just could not have it.
Brutal,
And
bro.
yet
Brutal.
we did. So, yeah, it's absolutely brutal. But we move on to we do have a big game on Sunday, albeit against a team that, the Bills have had some success with of late against a defense that doesn't. I believe they're 31st against the pass, so hopefully I can open some things up for Josh in this game, but we'll have to see how that looks. But yeah, we've put ourselves in a really bad corner where we really didn't expect to struggle like this. Like you said, a couple adjustments. We're 9-2. We're floating right now. We're 9-2. We got New England and New England. We win that game. We're on our way to the 1 seed. Now we could be on the outside looking in on Thanksgiving weekend if we mess around here on Sunday afternoon in Pittsburgh.
Bro, if we lose this game on Sunday, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
They're 20th in scoring. Like they're 20th in our points allowed per game. Not really
Mm-hmm.
that much worse than us. They're at 23.9 and we're 21. Um, we're 22.9, but let's see. What are you doing?
I believe they're 31st in yards passing against. So, but I was told by a specific Steeler fan though that once they move Jalen Ramsey to safety, everything's fixed. But I digress. But I'll leave that for another day.
Yeah, they're old. Like they're an old team. I'm not. What the only thing that worries me about this game is whether or not we get our tackles back. I think I'm like Brown's out. I'm 100% sure Spencer Brown's not going to play.
Mm-hmm.
But Deion Dawkins is in protocol, the concussion protocol. So
Yep.
yeah, they're
Yep.
31st in passing yards allowed per game. So I mean that's definitely
Absolutely. I do
there's
have
definitely
for
one
us
way to
here.
attack them.
Yep.
You said
I
what?
do. I do have our injury report here. And it's pretty full this week, as you could tell. I figured I'd bring this up or even see. Well, Josh is on there with that right elbow, but looks like he's okay. I would expect Bernard. Did they say how long he's going to be out for? Terrell Bernard?
No, no, but I mean, listen, there's no rush, dog. Take your time, Terrell, and get right, man.
I agree. Maxwell Hairston was limited as well with concussion. So we've seen
Yeah,
that as well. That kind of popped up a little bit. And I agree with you. I don't think Brown or Dawkins are playing this week, Whittle. I would be pretty surprised if either is in there. Especially Brown, like you said, that shoulder. I just don't think it's the best move for them to play him right at this moment.
yeah.
What do you think?
Uh,
So who would we play at right tackle in that situation?
Ryan Vandermark. Ryan Vandermark will play right tackle, and Tylen Grable will play left. Now, Tylen Grable is not. Um, Grable's a full, he's full, so Grable's
Mm-hmm.
gonna play. All right, no problem. That's
Okay.
that.
Yep.
Grable's playing. Um, sorry.
Oh,
Just
no
fix something
worries.
real quick.
Did I mess something up there on the so yep, want to say happy Thanksgiving to you, Johnny, as well. Thanks for joining us and go Bills as well. And saying hello to you, Ahmed 3. Thanks for joining us. Great to see you all here tonight. And again, we're pivoting to this Pittsburgh game in Pittsburgh. I believe that's a Romo game, Whittle. Romo and Nance.
It's like 420 or something like that. 420, 425.
Yeah.
It's one of those games. I don't know if it's for 425 special CBS game or not, but I know it's like a four. It's in the four
Yeah.
o'clock time frame.
4 o'clock
Um,
time frame. So
yeah,
weather's not going to be
yeah.
great. So that's something else to
No,
think about this game.
get so Grable will play left tackle.
Hmm.
He'll match up against Herbig. I mean, Nick
Hmm.
Herbig and Highsmith, those guys are over there. I think Highsmith might actually be out, but Herbig's been really good for them. So Grable will have his hands full, but I think Grable's a really good athlete. Um, he just hasn't played football in a while.
Yep.
I would lean on the run. No Derek Harmon. Yes, Casey Hayward's a good player. He is older. Uh, Keanu Benton, Yaya Black, like they are capable interior players, big guys as well. Yaya Black is, I think he's like 6'6", 325, something like that, 330. So I mean,
Hmm.
those are big guys, but you know, you should still be able to run. There's no Derek Harmon, so the interior pass rush, if you can kind of deal with Hayward, you should be able to step up in the pocket, Josh Allen, and get the football out. Guys should be able to separate against the secondary in Pittsburgh. They should give Josh Allen some pretty good windows
Hmm.
to use or go
Yep.
through. You hope, and if they do, we're in good shape. If they don't, then and Josh just doesn't want to throw the football, then we're not in good shape. That's kind of where we are uh, at this point in the season, based on what we've watched um, so far this year. I do again believe the Bills should win this game. They need to win this game. They better win this game. If you still want to make the playoffs quite comfortably, yeah,
Hmm.
this is a game you need to win. Uh, the Bills are sitting in the seventh spot right now in the playoffs. If they started tomorrow, I'm actually okay with the path that would be there. It would be the first game would be against Denver in Denver. I think the
Hmm.
Bills win that. Um, then the second game would be against the New England Patriots in
Yep.
New England. That's a division opponent.
Yep.
Just, if we
And
don't turn the ball over three times,
Dog
that
had
should
some
be a
Dog
good
had
win.
a
Yeah.
bookmark comment here. Pat Stink one and done bookmark it. You know what? I'm gonna call it right now, Whittle. Monday night, New York football giants walk into New England. Get it done. Pull off the upset. That team is so due for a win, right? I mean, they are so due for a good break that I just feel like maybe this is it. This feels like to me this could be a game. Maybe they can catch New England napping on Monday night, but we'll see. But I'm calling the
And
upset
Vrabel's a
here.
really good coach,
He
and
is.
Stephon Diggs is very motivated in year one with the team. Like he's extremely motivated to. I don't
This
think
is
that
true.
I don't think that the veterans on that team are going to allow them to sleepwalk through there. The Giants are going to have to take it, and the way
Yep.
that they do it is by their pass rush overwhelming the injured offensive line the uh,
New England.
of the New England Patriots.
Yep.
The Patriots aren't a great. They don't have a great rushing attack, even though Travion Henderson has played well of late. If they can get after Drake May, who likes to kind of hold the ball like a loaf of bread, he's fumbled a couple times and been able to get the ball back. They can get to him. They have an opportunity to get some turnovers and things like that. The Giants are so injured though. I mean, Scatterbu's out,
True.
Neighbors is out.
I think Jackson
I
Dart
don't
should
know.
be out. I don't know why they're playing him, Whittle. I don't know if you agree with me on this, but
Yeah,
I would say see
I'd
you in 2026, man.
probably play Jameis in this, but do you really want Jameis going up against Christian Gonzalez and
Yeah,
Carlton
but
Davis?
true. But when I have Dart with multiple concussions this year, I can't be messing with that. Like he
No,
gets another one.
that's fair.
That
That's
I
fair.
mean, I don't know. I think it's and are they winning anything this year? No, it's not like they're fighting for a playoff spot. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it's fair. 100%, 100% fair. I mean, if you prioritize the health of the young quarterback overall,
Hmm.
that's a fair way to that's the right
Yeah.
way to go about. approaching this game on Monday,
But it
um,
is Joe
you know,
Schoen, so who's
it,
not not doing well in New York. So
they're
we'll
gonna do what they're gonna do, man.
yep. Yep, indeed.
So the Pittsburgh game, I mean, Aaron Rodgers probably won't play. I mean, his wrist injury is like really it's still pretty bad. I don't I know he didn't practice today. Let's see what happens towards the end of the week. I mean, this is obviously going to be a wait and see situation.
Hmm.
Uh, but you know, listen, go in there and run the football. Uh, you know, just go in there and run the football. Take
Yep.
your shots when they're available. Gabe Davis has had, pretty, he's been pretty successful against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So let's keep that going. I don't know what's going on between Joe Brady and Josh Allen, but like sit them guys in a room and figure this out. Like that's where
Yep.
you know.
Well, I think you said
Uh,
it too, or maybe you said it, or someone in spaces like you can't be afraid to tell Josh how it has to be, right? And
yeah,
somebody has to say, "Listen, Josh, you could put the cape on every so often, right?" It's kind of funny against Kansas City, he played that efficient game, right? That we were looking for, right? But in games that
yeah.
call for it more, like Thursday night, he doesn't.
Atlanta
Right?
was another one.
Atlanta,
Yeah,
he doesn't. Right? It's like those are the games where I want more of that,
freshman.
and he just. I would rather see him put the cape on against Kansas City. It's weird, right? You would think that it would be the opposite, but it hasn't been that way this year, and it's cost
And there's
us.
one thing that one of the Kansas City fans told me about Joe Brady. He said, "Listen, Brady is going to continue to do what he's always done, which is get away from the run when the numbers present a problem. When the numbers don't work out in his favor, he's going to go away from running the football. Either it's him or Josh Allen, but
Mhm.
that that word that man told me um, in the offseason about this team, it rings true because when the numbers don't work out in the Bills' favor, they stop running.
Yep,
Even
and
when you
sometimes
should
you.
continue to try to lean into it.
Yep.
Um, but ultimately, this offense is not like the offense is scaring me more than the defense is. I know the defense has its issues. I understand that. I'm well aware of the defense being very boom or bust. You're getting a TFL or no gain on a run, or it's an explosive. That's the way it's going. Got it. I understand that, and I'm comfortable with that. What I'm not comfortable with is the offense being able to put up 40 on the Buccaneers and then not hitting 20 against Houston. Granted,
Mhm.
two totally different defenses, but you can't even put up 20 with Josh Allen at quarterback. Come on, bro. That doesn't, Josh Allen and James Cook are there. You gotta get to 20. Like you gotta get to you should be able to put up 20 points. Two
Mhm.
touchdowns, two field goals. You should be
Yep.
able to do that.
I remember we had a special teams touchdown this game, folks. So we really only put up 13 points in this game
Yeah,
offensively. So yeah, looks like we put up 19. Let's not forget Ray Davis is who's found a niche for himself. Whittle is a really good kick returner. So
bro. Listen.
didn't expect that, but
Yeah. Um. We'll we'll get into the Brandon Cooks thing soon too. Did you talk about Brandon Cooks already?
a little bit. But I wanted to get your thoughts
Okay.
on what you thought of that move overall and how it'll impact the rest of the way.
I mean, I think it's a good move. Brandon Cooks. Obviously we have a need at wide receiver. We have a need at a guy. We have a need when it comes to someone who can separate. We do have that need.
Hmm.
Okay, that's a guy that's proven to be able to separate and make plays in this league despite being undersized. So I don't mind it. Um, but it comes back to the OC. Is Brady gonna just throw this guy screens and work him in mesh and have him run end arounds. Like, if that's what he's gonna do, then there's no point in bringing him in. There
Hmm.
was no point. Um, you know, those are the questions that those are the things that I did not think that I would have to ask about this year. Um, Brian Dayball gets fired, and the first thing I'm thinking when he gets fired is, hey, bring him back as an offensive consultant because
Hmm.
Josh was really good when he was here. Even if you just bring Dayball back and have him sit on the sideline and
Hmm.
wait for Josh to come off the field and say, bro, what was this? Like, what were you looking at?
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
bad
Which, you know, I'm
decision we
sure
had.
McDermott would think that would be undermining Brady and, but
But
and you never know
I don't
about their
care.
relationship either. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with
Yeah,
you, but we all know
yeah.
how this works
That,
with
that
these
that's the
guys.
other part. It's just like the relationship between Dayball and McDermott. Clearly, it's not
Hit it,
conducive
bro.
to a reunion. So,
Nope. At
um,
least from what we've seen, I'm not sure. I mean, that handshake kind of showed it all last year. I mean, that was the coldest post game handshake I
yeah,
think I've ever seen. I mean, that was the quickest
it's
one
just
ever. It was like, boom.
it's just
Yeah,
like
it was like a half second of it was, they didn't even look each other in the eye. It
they
was like,
didn't even close hands. Like, I don't. Did they even close?
no,
Did they
no,
even? Was there even a grip? I don't think it was a grip. It just
I don't think
we're
so.
going through the
No.
motions because we have to. I'm here so I don't get
Hmm.
fined. It was one
Yep.
of those situations.
He has worked with Sirianni in the past, I believe, in Philly. So I think he's worked with them a little bit. So I'm
Yep.
not crazy. I'm not that surprised that Philly moved in on that. But again, that's what great organizations do. And I wish we could have put that away and maybe Bean or someone said, listen, Sean, we're going to bring him in and this is just the way it's going to be. Right. And you're going to work with him to help our
Yeah.
franchise quarterback do whatever it takes to get over the hump. Right. Whittle, that's what we got to do. I mean, you got to put some feelings aside. You got to put this, cozy culture that the Bills have, which I think is good. Right. I think a good culture is very important, but you can't be afraid to take a risk here and there with stuff that may you feels gonna put a little tension. Like I could use a little tension in that room sometimes, right? I mean, didn't Stevie Johnson say that he needs Josh to be a little more of an a-hole, basically? I mean, think about it, right? I understand where he's coming from, right? It's okay to have a little bit of that sometimes. It's okay to have a
Yeah.
little bit of butting heads. It's just something I feel like we're missing right now. And maybe it's a little too
It's
good.
annoying.
Yeah.
It's so um I don't I do I think the team misses a guy like Mac Hollins, and not necessarily because, don't get me wrong, I was one of the only people who said last year when we signed him, I don't
You
know,
were big
guys,
on
this
that
Mac
signing.
Hollins guy, he's pretty good. You guys are gonna like him. No, Mac Hollins is
Mhm.
old, he stinks, he couldn't stay, guys are telling me, oh, he couldn't make an impact with the Raiders who need wide receivers. They didn't keep him. I said, I'm telling you guys, this guy, Matt Collins, he's pretty good. What
Mhm.
Matt Collins
I'm with
brought
you.
was attitude. That's what he brought. He brought attitude. He brought a mentality of fight. Like, he brought like um, a fighting spirit, like a really uh, in your face type of bravado that this team is clearly missing. Like, there's no attitude. There aren't real tough guys on this team. Spencer Brown, um, I'm not even gonna go there first. They they just don't have tough guys. They don't have goons. There are no there are no fighters. There are no in your face personalities um on the offensive side of the football at all. Like, none. Um, I don't really think we have them on defense either. Uh, but they're not like that. Like, none of these guys are like that, and they're not
Mhm.
like that, and neither is the coach. I do think the coach is. I do think the coach is. I think the head coach is McDermott, and I mean, I I know the coach McDermott. I think McDermott is that type of person. I think he is competitive. I think he wants to win. I think he does enjoy uh, when the defense takes things away from the offense. I think he enjoys that when his defense takes things away from the other team's offense, when he can outsmart that offensive coordinator, make that quarterback look bad. I think he enjoys
Oh
that.
yeah.
I
Yep.
just
It's
don't
in his
think he
blood.
outwardly shows it.
Yeah.
Don't he doesn't outwardly show it. He's not a showy guy. He's extremely humble. You know, as far as like from what we see, he's extremely humble.
Hmm.
Um, very gracious, not doesn't grandstand, doesn't he's not combative, overly combative, or anything like that. And the team has taken that personality.
Yep.
So the quarterback is not um he's not that dog. He doesn't have that dog in him.
Hmm.
Uh he has a dog in him. It's just not a pit bull or a Rottweiler. It's more
Yeah.
like a golden retriever. I think
Yep.
um, our friend of the show, Rob Crippen, said that
Hmm.
Josh is not a pit bull. He's a golden retriever,
Yeah.
and yeah, he's right. I mean, Diggs was the pit bull. That was
Yes.
the one
And it's good to
that
have that
Matt
mix.
Collins
Maybe it helps him
was
along the
the pit.
way, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
Matt Collins was the pit bull. And I mean,
Hmm.
I thought Spencer Brown was. He started off his rookie year. He was really getting into it with people, and he played with a nasty streak. I haven't seen that in years now.
Yep.
Deion Dawkins, I don't want to call him a fake demon, but I mean, what are you doing, bro? Like, can you only get tough with Michael Clemens? Is that the only guy that you play with an edge against? Because
Yep.
you don't play, you're not playing with an edge against other guys. You're not.
Whittle. Dave, I need him to be a golden retriever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, man, something.
Yeah, yep, yeah, just a little extra, right? Just a little more. Again, I think that leads to what Stevie Johnson was saying, right? It's okay. He doesn't even have to be, that edgy. He just be a little more edgy. So it's just he is the guy. Like he is the guy that they're leaning on. Like it's okay to say something a little unpopular to your teammates or get in them. He doesn't have to be a crazed, go rah rah, just something. That's what I want to see. Sometimes it calls for it. Mahomes does it.
And it has to be in the game. Like
Mhm.
I can't keep seeing Josh Allen go to the sideline, sit by himself. Nobody comes over there and talks to him. We don't see it at least. If it's happening, we're not seeing it. Nobody's saying anything to the quarterback. He's just sitting there like he's not a part of the team. And what happened to the Josh Allen that will come off the field fiery and go to to the offensive line and yell at them like, "Yo, like, like where is that guy?"
Yeah, what happened
And
there?
yo,
Oh.
I mean, I tell you what, I would compare it to when in the military, a brand new lieutenant comes in, right? A
Mhm.
brand new lieutenant, fresh out of OCS or ROTC, we call them ROTCs.
Sure.
You get a fresh lieutenant from
Mm.
West Point, ROTC, or OCS, whatever. You
Mhm.
get them in there. Uh, it's up to the platoon sergeant to determine what type of officer that lieutenant is going to be. The
Mm.
platoon sergeant, who's usually a senior enlisted non-commissioned officer, E7, E6, he determines how the lieutenant learns how to be a platoon leader.
Mhm.
So
Hmm.
on the ground level, when I got a new lieutenant and my 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 last lieutenant that I got is actually now he just finished up his command tour with the unit with
Oh.
my old unit, and now he's going into his staff position. Um,
Hmm.
but it was up to me to kind of guide him. So he would get orders from the command, the commander, he'd get orders from the captain, who would get him from higher up or whatever. And then he would come and say, this is what we need to do, and this is how I think we should do it. And if me being experienced in, leading the platoon, I
Hmm.
can tell him whether or not his plan, sir, your plan needs some work, or this is a good plan. I think we can get this done.
Mm.
But it's up to me to give him that guidance because he doesn't know whether or
Yeah.
not it can get done. This is just what he was taught. So this is what he was taught. He's applying that to putting his plan together. Now I'm going to tell him whether or not that can actually get done and how we're going to do it. Right? If that
Hmm.
makes sense. So
Absolutely.
Josh Allen should be doing that with his receivers. He should be telling his receivers where he needs them to go, especially these younger guys. Keon Coleman, uh, Tyrell Shavers, the new guys, Joshua Palmer. He should be going to these guys and saying, hey, listen, this is what I need. This is what the plan is. But this is what I need from you in order to get it done. We're not seeing that.
Absolutely.
We're not. We're not
Hmm.
seeing it from the offensive coordinator going to Josh and saying, Josh, you're not doing what I'm asking you to do. Like I'm waiting for Brady to leave the booth and come downstairs to the field and say, "Dog, what's this?" Because this is not what we talked about or worked on all week,
Hmm.
and you're ignoring what's available. Like I need that. I need that. I think Diggs was training Josh to be that type of fiery leader or fiery personality within himself. Like I'm not asking Josh to be Stephon Diggs. I just think that Stephon Diggs put a battery in his back to have Josh be more emotional and
Hmm.
channel his inner emotion out. Like channel it and then
Hmm.
push it out, and that energy is transferable. Uh,
Yep.
if you played sports before, I I'm one of my favorite point guard I ever played with, my boy Eugene, my boy Gino. Um, and we were playing this tournament. Uh, it was it was our company, our unit playing against the like the federal prison guard team, and they had a bunch of guys on there that played college ball and all that stuff. And we played in these different games, and like so we're playing the prison guards, and Gino gets fouled like super hard. And I just come out the game. I had just come out, sat down on the side. Gino gets fouled. And I jump up and I look the whole bench. We get up and look. Gino's our best player. So we go and look and like there's no flagrant call, there's nothing. Like I said, you know what, no problem. Walk right back over to the coach. I said, bro, I'm going back in. I'll be right back. Went to the scores table, checked myself in, got back in the game. The dude that fouled Gino, I just ran right up next to him, forearm right to his side, pushed him on the ground, flagrant foul I got a flagrant foul for it. And after got that flagrant foul, turned right back around, walked back to the bench and sat down. Because that was my job. My job at that moment was to get back in the game and enforce you're not going to do
Hmm.
what you just did to our guy.
Yep.
Josh needs guys like that.
Yep. I
Yes,
agree.
centric. Yes, the 2021 Josh Allen I mean, like he's yelling, visibly yelling, pumping the team up, and
Hmm.
we don't have that. Josh has
Yeah,
been beat up and sacked all over the place. A lot of it is his fault, but so what? Where's the offensive lineman that's going to get up and snatch one of the defenders off of him, push a guy, even though they didn't do anything wrong? But like, dog, where's the fight at?
I'm with you. Yeah. I mean, he needs to
There's
be that
none of
leader at
that.
that point. Like you said, even if it is his fault, just come out and say, "Hey guys, come on, we gotta right, be that leader, be the guy to, and like Dog said, you got to hold him accountable. You got to hold him accountable, but he's also got to hold others accountable too, and try to be that guy to lead this team and get them to that, and that's just not happening. I agree. He's
There's
just
no
on the
fight,
sidelines. He's
man.
like this. He's like,
Yeah, there's
it's
no
just very
fight.
stoic. Just
There's no fight in this team. There's no fight in it. Not
hmm
on the offensive side of the football at all. None.
yeah,
None.
yep.
Josh Allen says, I'm more than just a football player. My wife told me that. So
Well,
what?
yeah, that's okay. I mean, but it comes. See, what happens is when we see
No,
this
bro.
type of
Wait,
behavior
no, I
on the
don't
sideline,
care. I
no, but
don't
we
care
see
if
him.
you're more than a
Yeah,
football player. I get
you're
it.
right.
I'm not
Yeah,
diminishing that. You can be more than a football player. Not when you're playing football. When you're
yeah,
playing football, you are a football player. Play football, dog.
yeah.
And the
We
most
just got to see
important
more in the game.
thing is winning that particular game you're playing in. Deion Dawkins says, just because you don't win a Super Bowl doesn't mean it wasn't a successful season. Sure, if you're the Jets, yeah. Like, if you're the Jets and you clear 500, that's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
If
Those are
you
the
make
kind of
the
things I want to
playoffs,
hear deep in the
playoffs
offseason. Not now. I
multiple
don't want to hear that
years, yes, that's a
now.
that's a that's a success. That's a step in the right direction. When you're the
Hmm.
Buffalo Bills, you've won the division 5 years in a row. Why aren't you mad that you're in second place in your division with 6 games ago? Why aren't
Two
you
and a half
upset
game,
about that?
almost 3.5 games out, 3+ games out, by the way, with 6 games to go.
Why aren't you
They're not,
upset?
yeah, they should be fuming.
I don't get that.
I
Why
mean,
why is it a successful season if you don't win the Super Bowl? We've been winning t-shirts and hats and a
hmm
couple playoff games a year, every year.
hmm
What's next? There should
yep,
be a progression. Like if you work a civilian job and there's no progression after years, they fire you. Like you're
hmm
done, or you
yep,
or you just stuck in the same spot. And
yep,
the promotion cycle passes you by. In the military, if you don't progress, you age out, and they like, and you age out of that specific spot. Like if you don't get promoted at a certain point, they get rid of you.
yeah,
Because why are we keeping you around? You
hmm
don't do anything. You're not bettering yourself. You're not getting better. You're not advancing.
yep.
What are the Bills doing?
I agree. Dog brought up a great point here about right here where it says you could be a captain, made a captain, but not a leader. Now, I'm a hockey guy. I'm a hockey guy. It's pretty rare that the I would say it's rare. It's less common you think that the best player is the captain on the hockey team, right? The Sabres did this with Jack Eichel, where they handed him the captain because he was supposed to be their franchise savior, right? He wasn't a captain at all, right? Sometimes guys like that are not captain material, and maybe the captain on this team is Reggie Gilliam, right? I mean, who knows what you know what I mean? It could be anybody. It could be a player that we're not even speaking about that could be the true leader on that team. And there's nothing wrong with that either, right? And sometimes that's just the way it is in a sport like in any sport.
I disagree. I disagree. This is football.
Yeah,
Football is a
but
violent sport.
it is.
It's a violent sport. Like you can't win this. You can't. I don't think you can win this game being nice. I don't think you can be
Agree.
as successful as you. I don't think you can be as successful as you need to be without being nasty. Somewhere you got to have some level of nasty on your team. Have to.
Yep. Yes. Yep. I agree with you. They do need more of that in the building. Again,
You got to
they
have nasty on your team.
they have the I think you said it best. I mean, I think we were talking about in the space where sometimes they're just more worried. You feel like sometimes they're more worried about that. Oh, this guy was a a great in their community, or he was great in this. I mean, that's all great. Don't get me wrong, and I applaud the Bills for bringing in a lot of great guys in this team. But it's okay to kind of look. I don't want to say look past it, but you need you need those leaders, you need those dogs, you need those guys that kind of lead by example. Need some
Yeah, but
grit,
you can have
Yeah.
that. You can have
Hmm.
that, especially on the offensive side of the football, without
Hmm.
going to get criminals. Like you don't have to
Oh
have
yeah. I'm not saying,
George
it's just,
Pickens. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like Matt
Yep.
Collins, I never been in trouble for anything, as far as
Whittle,
I know.
maybe
Matt's a
Pickens would have
dog
been,
though.
maybe Whittle would have been, maybe Pickens would have been perfect for this team, right?
Well,
Maybe that edginess.
if Pickens was on
Look at
this
his
team, we're not
ability.
having this conversation.
Yeah, we're
If
we're
Pickens was
we're
on
10-1
this team,
right now.
we're talking about being 10-1 right now.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
maybe
super
we
nice
need a
team
little
with
bit
no
of
grit.
edge.
Yep, yep. Flag football.
Yep.
There
But
you go.
this team
There you
should be
go.
able to, you know what? You remember New England in their day, Whittle? They would bring in guys that I wouldn't say they were questionable characters, but they had the ability to bring in a guy that maybe didn't succeed somewhere else, and
Yeah,
they became part of it. That's what the Bills should be right now. They shouldn't be afraid to go
yeah.
get these guys. We should
They had a
no.
guy like
They
LeGarrette Blunt brought in
Yeah. Yeah, and look how he transformed his
punched the
career.
kid out and
Mhm.
punched the kid out after a football game because of some of the things that he
Yep.
said to him. Yeah, like
Yep.
guys like that, Corey
Yeah,
Dillon. Like yeah, they had
absolutely.
guys that
That had
the
some
retread
things,
guys
right?
they brought in. Yeah,
Yeah. And
absolutely.
that's the
Yep.
Bills. You would think that they would say, "Hey, we have the culture in this room. We should be able to take care of that player. They shouldn't be a distraction. They shouldn't be bringing us down." And maybe that was,
Right.
maybe Diggs had some, again, he wanted more. And maybe it's kind of wild how this story is developed, Whittle, 3 years later. And
I'm just
now I
saying, man.
believe a lot of
If
Bills fans feel differently about that whole story now than they did when it first happened.
listen, I didn't like the way Diggs handled the Bengals game. I didn't like that at all. And
So,
why I didn't like it is because I can pull up Stephon Diggs' playoff stats. Like, who
mhm.
you yelling at, dog? You don't
Yep.
do nothing. You don't do anything when the lights get bright.
True, but maybe there was a reason that we just didn't know about that was deeper than we realized. Maybe he wanted more to
I'm
touch.
sure. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course, I'm sure it was.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
so what? Like, you don't do anything, dog. Like when the
Yeah.
lights get bright, we can't depend on you.
Agreed.
Fast
But
forward
he's
to
still we still
20
need that presence of
2021. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like a guy like Matt Collins, you probably needed to keep. You probably needed to keep
Yeah,
that
I
guy.
think that was a misstep by Bean.
Yeah.
And the
And
thing is, it was right there too. It w
say what you want about Jordan Phillips being washed and Shaq Lawson being washed. Like, okay, you're right. But one thing them dudes are is they're fighters. Like, ain't
Yep.
nobody trying them at all.
Mhm.
Nobody.
I like bringing back Shaq Lawson, actually. I'm all favor
Yeah,
that.
they're like nobody's trying those guys because
Mhm.
they play with an edge. Like they're edgy players. Like they're not afraid of confrontation. Jordan
Mhm.
Poyer, another edgy player. Like Poyer
Mhm.
was always like that. But where are where are your goals? Where are your instigators? Where are your guys
Have
that
to have it.
where are your
Yep.
edge players? Don't have them on this roster because the coach doesn't have that. Like the coach
Mhm.
doesn't chill that.
Yep.
So
You
these
see
guys
that.
are taking the mentality, they're taking on the identity of the head coach, which
Mhm.
is very buttoned up, politically correct, hardworking, head down. No, 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 no. That's cool for the majority of the team. That's what you want the culture to be. But on Sunday, nah, bro. I want somebody out there very, very edgy,
Mhm.
very, very talkative, very, very chippy. That's what I want.
Could not agree more.
Um, I I tell you what, I was a big Keon guy. I was a big Keon Coleman guy before he
Mhm.
got drafted. Um, when he scored that touchdown last year on Tariq Woolen, and Woolen had been, yapping a little bit to him. Goes right up to him, taps him on his head, and bro, taps his helmet. I went up top on you, dog.
Mhm.
We need that. He blocked that dude off the field into the.
Mhm.
See, dog just need to just. We just need to get dog up here. It's like, thank you. This is why I love
I know.
D-ball accountability.
Yep.
That's because
Yeah.
I ride any OC out when we beat the Giants that year. They messed up
Hmm.
before halftime, and he let them know. And you know what he
Yep.
did? He did the same thing with Josh Allen. Josh
Hmm.
Allen screwed up. He would go grab the tablet, come over there, sit him down, say, "What is this?" Like very demonstratively showing, dude, what are you doing? This
Yeah.
is there, and you're not doing it.
Yep.
It's
I couldn't
okay to
agree
coach.
more.
Like some players need to be coached hard. Josh
Hmm.
might just be a guy that needs to be coached hard. You're sitting
Most
there letting
players
him
respond to
stirring
that well, though.
his own juices on the sideline, and it's not working. He's not getting better. Like he's getting worse. The
Yep.
regression is happening right in front of our eyes. He is
Yep.
taking more sacks. He's not getting pressured as much. Like his pressure to sack ratio is ridiculous. It's what it was in 2019. It's that high. That means
Yep.
that more of the pressures that he gets are turning into sacks, and he's not
Yep.
getting pressured a lot. That tells me the offensive line's doing their job. The
Hmm.
quarterback's holding on to the football too long. Why is the quarterback holding on to the football too long? Because he doesn't want to throw the ball underneath. Well, why should he throw the ball underneath? Because that's what the offense is built to protect him. Offensive
Yep.
line blocks for him. You run the football, throw the ball underneath, trust the guys at the skill position spots to do the heavy lifting by getting yards after the catch. That's the offense that was built because Bills fans in unison said after the Bengals game, I don't want to see my quarterback look like that again. I don't want to see him with bloody elbows and bloody knees and guys are pushing him around. And we saw it. Well, we saw it Sunday. You saw it
Hmm.
Sunday. Saw.
Yep.
I'm sorry, not Sunday. Thursday. Saw it Thursday against Houston. Where do
Yep.
we go from here?
Yep. Or and again, these guys, coaches, the great coaches, some of the great coaches are not there to be your friend. They're right. They're there to. I mean, I think I may have told you this story before, but my late uncle used to work. He was part owner of a dealership in Jersey, and he played for a guy. The guy that owned it was a former player for the Giants, played under Parcells. So I got to meet him, right? And he trolled. By the way, he trolled me and showed me a Super Bowl 25 ring, which I thought was pretty funny, right? Of course,
Was it
But
Carl?
anyway, what's that?
Was it
It was
Carl Banks?
no, it was Brad Benson. He used to play for Penn State, play for the Giants. So I asked him, I said, "Tell me about Parcells." He says, "Oh, I hated the SOB. Hated him. Couldn't stand him." I said, "Well, can I ask you why?" Because all the things he said during the week, I wanted to prove him so wrong on Sundays for all the stuff he was talking about during the week. But then I said to him, would you rather play for a different coach? He said, I would run through a wall for Parcells. So see how he wasn't there to be his friend. He wasn't there to be my friend, but he gave me the tools to be a very successful offensive lineman for many years and gave me everything that I had now. He wasn't there to be his pal, right? And maybe that's what you were saying and Dog were saying about Dable. He's not there to be your friend necessarily, but you know how Josh looked at him as like a father figure, and sometimes you need that, right?
Yep.
His dad's not with him on the road. This is it, and like Deion Dawkins, being a pro is hard. It's a tough thing. It's a tough thing to be a professional athlete, and sometimes you need that guy like Dable in your face, right? Saying things like that. Say, hey, what are you doing? So that story always stuck with me when Brad said that about Parcells. I still think about it. And it was just he said, yeah, he wasn't there to be his friend and it worked. I mean, Parcells is one of the greatest coaches of all time. So that again, I know it's a different era, but still I believe players would respond to that maybe in a different way nowadays, but in a very similar pattern. I still
Yeah.
believe coaches they want to be
Okay.
led.
So
But yeah, I'm with you. I would still like to see Dable come back. I mean, listen, we still got 6 games to go. We still got the playoffs. We'll see how things look after this. But I don't want this team to be afraid to make a change if they have to make a change. Like even if we have to
week
bring Brian
six
Dable
game.
back as a head coach, right? We have 6 games left, right?
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, 7-4. Okay,
Six.
gotcha,
Yep,
gotcha.
7-4. So speaking of
I don't know.
that,
I have five in my head. I don't know.
as we get ready to close, because yours truly must get out of here pretty soon. Uh, this game's Sunday night, so Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh looks like a wintry mix coming down. We'll see how that field look. Capaccio said they played a lot of high school games on that field recently. They did resod it. We'll see how that field's going to look. Could be a factor, but again, both teams are impacted by that. But what's your feeling? We got the injury report is long. Offensive line's going to be a little out of flux. What's your take on Sunday? What are we feeling Monday? What are we feeling this time next week, Whittle? What are we?
They win
Where's
this
our
game.
headspace? Yep.
The Bills should win this game. They
Mm-hmm.
should win this game.
Yep. Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I don't know what to expect from the offense. Honestly, I
Yep.
think that I think the defense will play well enough to win.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what to expect from the offense. I don't know what
Yep.
to expect from the offensive coordinator or the head coach. I mean, the
Yep.
head coach, the offensive coordinator, and the quarterback. Don't know what I
Yeah.
don't know what I'm going to get. I don't know. I'm not
I'm
gonna
pretty
lie.
yeah, I think the Bills are going to get it done this week. And again, even if the Bills get it done, I think they get it done like 27-17, something like that is what my head space is in terms of the score. Maybe Bills pull away late. Maybe it's a kind of a close game. I mean, it is a big game, but I think and JB, welcome JB. TJ Watt does worry me for sure. But again, this comes back to what you talked about earlier about Joe Brady and his game plan and negating that and trying to get Josh some easy throws, get them in rhythm, take those small check downs, right? Just go down the field, utilize your weapons, right? We utilize James Cook, utilize Shakir, utilize. I expect we're not going to see Dalton Kincaid Sunday as well, right? There has been no indicator that he'll be back Sunday.
Uh, they're saying he could possibly go.
Mm-hmm.
So I
We'll
don't know.
see.
It's still up in the
I
air.
mean, it would be
But I
good, but
wouldn't rush him. I wouldn't rush him. So
yeah, yep. And
if he
again, this
can
doesn't
go,
mean
he
all
can go.
and all our problems aren't fixed if the Bills win Sunday. But listen, if we get to 8-4, get a little healthier. We got the Bengals coming in next week. We'll get into that next week as well.
With Joe Burrow.
Yeah, and that's going to be an interesting game now too. Kind of saying go Bengals on Thursday night,
Tomorrow.
tomorrow night. Best bets of the week. I'm telling you right now, Whittle, if you have a FanDuel app, I can't bet in California. Bet the Chiefs hard tomorrow. They're going to beat Dallas. I'm telling you, this feels like a Dallas. Don't you feel like Dallas had that huge win
No,
Sunday? You're not feeling it, huh?
I don't think
You
the
like
Chiefs are beating Dallas, man. I don't think
really?
the Chiefs are
Okay.
beating
See, I
Dallas.
feel the
So
opposite. I feel like this is where the Chiefs start their little run to the
yeah,
playoffs. But
I'm sorry, bro. That Dallas team, dog, like that's a lot of talent. That's a lot
yeah,
of talent.
little
I think people don't understand the impact of a Quentin Williams
yeah.
and a Kenny Clark. Like
Yep.
Logan Wilson's playing well. I think they're
Hmm.
gonna beat.
Well, I
I think
remember when
Dallas
that
is gonna
trade
beat.
broke, the Parsons trade. I was a little bit on this, but you were more on it. You were saying this was a good trade for Dallas at the time. I remember
Yeah,
that. And now, if you look at it, now
I
that
got
you
a
had
lot of
Quentin
flack
Williams,
for it too.
you did. But you know
People
what?
told
It
me I was dumb. I didn't know football. Yeah,
got,
yeah.
got to give Jerry Jones
I
credit.
promise you,
Yeah.
financially the Cowboys are going to be healthy. Like they're going to be better off financially, and
Hmm.
I'm I'm already picking. I already think Dallas is going to win their division next year. I think
Wow.
Dallas
Well,
makes a
they're
run
going to be
next year.
fighting with
Yeah,
Philly. Yeah, Philly's going to have to make some changes too. And
I don't think
well,
so. I
you
think
think?
Dallas is going to comfortably win 13 or 14 games next year. They're
Wow. Well,
going to
that's a
be very,
whew,
very good.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay, you heard it
yeah,
here
dog.
first. Yeah.
If they keep Pickens,
Mhm. Yeah.
they're gonna win
That's
13 or
going to be
14
tough.
games.
They're going to have to do
No
some
problem.
cap gymnastics on that, but we'll see how that works. But listen, I got
Yeah.
to give Dog just. I mean, he is at it right now. I need Dog in this locker room on Sundays. I say it every week. But yeah, he is riled up and ready to go, man. I need his energy brought. If we could just get him to talk to Josh for a while, and that would be perfect. Like I think that would solve a lot of our problems. But But I
Yeah,
think the Bills get it done Sunday, and like I said, we'll hopefully we'll get to 8-4. Should get us on the path to make the playoffs. That shouldn't be a problem. But now it just comes down to, well, are they going to have to do it away from Highmark the whole time? That's likely.
it might need to get away from Hallmark. I mean,
Maybe, but they haven't shown an ability in the play. Well, under McDermott, they have never won a playoff game on the road. But maybe
but
this is
they
how they
all
do it,
playoff
right?
games on the road have been like there was year one against Jacksonville, whatever.
Yeah,
Year
that was
two
a
against
yeah.
Houston, that was stolen. Like I'm
Mhm.
sorry, that
Yeah.
that was like that game the Bills should
Dog
have
is
won.
heated. Dog is heated. I could just hear his voice in his face right now. If this was his
Bro, I'm
face, he'd be
heated
on air
too,
face.
man. I'm tired. I'm
Yep.
I'm tired of. I am tired of watching. I'm tired of watching this. Like it feels
It's like it.
uninspired. Like it feels like uninspired football. Like they
Yep.
run into adversity and fold.
Yep. And we do this every year in
Like
the
I,
middle of
I
the
don't
year.
get
Why
it.
is that? And doesn't that come back to what Dog said about accountability, about coaching? We're seeing the same patterns from this team. I know we have injuries, Whittle, but every team's got injuries, right?
The
There's
the
there's
the most I think one thing that sticks out to me was what Deion Dawkins said about McDermott this year. He said this year McDermott's been more of a player's coach, and we're seeing a rise in penalties. We're seeing a lack of execution. Um, it's almost like they only listen to McDermott directly. Like the coordinators can't seem to get out of their own way. We're seeing a rise in the penalties on the offensive line, rise in the penalties um, for illegal formation, motion. It's just stuff that's not really characteristic of the Bills. And you know what's happening? What changed? The
mhm,
coach got a little softer. The cameras showed up for hard knocks, and this team
mhm.
easy to root for, but like
Yeah, a lot
they
of great
don't
guys on
they
this
don't
team,
feel
but that
tough. They don't
yeah,
feel like a tough team.
they've gotten tougher, but not tough enough is how I kind of feel right now. They've
Have they
they've
gotten
become,
tough?
I would say, I'm putting the emphasis on the word compared to 21. But in terms of their interior lines, in terms of certain aspects of this team,
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
maybe
they're
a little
better.
bit, but
Yeah,
not.
they're better in spots. Yeah,
Yeah, but
but
like you
I
said,
wouldn't. I wouldn't. I don't know. Like
yeah,
this is
it's a
pretty
good point.
daunting to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
Like
yep.
those guys play with more. I think those guys play with more edge than what we currently
Hmm.
see. There's not enough edge.
Yep.
I don't know
Yeah.
what is it gonna take. Like
I almost
I
feel
don't
like they
know.
feel that we got this runway, we could just turn it on, win 6 in a row, and but how hard it is for them to run the table, win 6 straight games in this league, especially considering they got Philly on the schedule. You got
Yeah,
Cleveland's
how do you
defense
beat
is no
Philly?
joke.
With
I mean,
how do
Myles
you beat
Garrett,
Philly?
18 sack Myles Garrett. You don't think that's gonna be a
I
problem?
mean,
Listen, we should beat him.
Miles Garrett's played against us twice. He got one sack,
True,
2 games.
but we'll see how this
So
iteration of the Bills goes in that respect. So,
yeah,
but let's
fair
just
enough.
listen. Listen. We got Pittsburgh this week. Like, yeah, that's the focus. I'm trying not to get too far ahead, but I guess, and that's what we do as fans. We do get ahead um, of the game, but we'll
They
see
better
how it
violate.
looks. But we'll definitely see how things look.
Listen,
And
they better violate Pittsburgh Sunday. Like that. That
yeah,
will make go go out there and dominate. I'll feel better.
yeah. I just want, and the dominate doesn't even
I
need
just
to
don't believe
reflect in
they
the
will.
score. I just need an efficient, strong game across the board. Even if they win by 7, that's the kind of game I'm looking for.
I
Right.
won't feel good about that. Now, if you go
It
out there and
depends how they do it.
you put up 30 plus and you hold them to under 20, I'll feel great. I'll
Hmm.
say, wow, let's
Yep.
see, let's see
Yep.
what they do against the Bengals. The Bengals are a
Yep.
much tougher team, So
Mhm.
if you go and if you bring the Bengals in, if they dominate the Steelers Sunday, and then
Mhm.
you go in there and you punch you go band for band with the Bengals and beat them, I feel different. I'm starting to feel different about the team
Yep. Absolutely.
because I believe if you're right and the Patriots lose to the Giants, we're gonna win. We can win the division.
We have a
We
shot.
just have to
Now,
run. We just have to run
again,
with it.
the other problem that the Bills have a little bit with is like even if the Bills beat New England, okay, we got 2 division losses. That gives 1 for New England. So they still, and even if they lose their second, I'm not sure what the tiebreaker comes down to at that point. I got to look at what the
Well,
like if they split,
if if they
is it
lose to
conference?
if they lose to the Giants,
Yeah.
that'll give them 3 losses, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, it'll be 10-2 or 10-3, and we be 8-4. If we beat them, we beat the Bengals and then beat them. That puts us at 10-4, and that will put them at 10-4. Then they
Hmm.
would have to lose the following week to the Ravens, which will put them at 10-5, and the Bills will need to win the rest of their games.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Uh, I'm curious and I'm trying to see if I could find what the tiebreakers are. But again, we got a long way to go for that. So let's
Yeah,
just how about we win Sunday?
this is
Let's see what
focused on
happens in
beating
England Monday.
Pittsburgh, man.
And even if
Let's just
even
get
if New
back in the
England,
win column.
yeah, even if New England wins Monday, I don't even care. I'm worried about what we're doing. I'm not even worried about the sudden Patriot fans that have come out of the woodworks after 5 years, dusting off their jerseys, whatever.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you guys
But
are corny for that. But yeah, you guys are corny.
we
Like
we know who the
you
real
Patriot
Pats fans
fans
are.
that are
Yeah.
poking your chest out now because your team looks
Hmm.
good. You guys are cornballs. And
Yep.
if you guys struggle next year playing a second place or first place schedule, you better
Yep.
pump your chest just as much. All right,
Hmm.
don't
Exactly.
don't
As Dog
disappoint. I
would
got
say, keep
bookmarks.
that same energy, right? He
Keep that
likes to
same energy.
keep that same energy, right? So we'll have to see how that goes. So yeah. Oh, by the way, so head to head is the first tiebreaker. By the way, division
Okay,
record is number 2. So if they're both tied in that, the next one is common games, best one loss percentage in games played against common opponents. So that's conference record is actually 4th. So the common games are actually 3rd. So
they'll beat us
we'll
in all because
yeah.
like they beat Atlanta, they beat who else did we lose
My,
to? They beat
well,
Miami. Beat,
so we need them to lose to my, but see, yeah, it's going to take a lot to win the division,
what else did we
folks.
lose
It's
to?
gonna really that I think we
Falcons.
lost the division. We lost the division, Whittle, when we lost to Miami because we needed that game because that division game would have given us a possible tiebreaker in that scenario,
Yeah,
and I think that was the death nail. But like I said, all we could do right now is get this
we'll
team
see.
right. Maybe Ed comes back in the playoffs. We'll see. Get some other guys back maybe get the line straight. And if they could just get on a roll into the playoffs, and we'll see where it can take us. But listen, Whittle, I do need to close for the night. Want to wish
Let's do it.
everyone a happy Thanksgiving, Whittle, to you and your family as well. Always thankful, not only for the pod, for our friendship, for everything. So it's great to be here every week with you. Look forward to many, many more. And I hope you have a great
Yes, sir.
weekend. And
You too, brother.
everybody out there, enjoy whatever you're doing this weekend. And if you're going to the game, Whittle, Sunday, be safe, going out to
Yeah,
Pittsburgh,
I
and
am.
keep those Steeler fans in line, and especially one in particular that we know. So if you happen to see him,
Only Steeler, the only Steeler fan that I know, uh, I, that I'm looking for is my homegirl that I
yeah,
was in the military with. So
there
hopefully
you
she's
go.
going to the game. I'll reach out to her see if she's going out there.
There you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
we'll go from
Yeah,
there.
I've always wanted to see a game out in Pittsburgh. Looks like a pretty cool place to see a game, but I've not been there yet.
Yeah.
But we'll
But
see
shout
how
out to
that
my
goes.
guys, man. Shout live round. Shout out to y'all, man.
Yeah,
Still,
good fans. Yep,
the crew,
absolutely.
man. Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
Yep, yep,
we'll see.
absolutely. We'll see how it goes, and I think we come back with a W, and then we'll talk about the Bengals coming in with Joe Burrow. We'll see how they look. you know, I'm really curious.
We'll see
It's actually some
tomorrow. We'll see what they're
good
gonna win
actually
tomorrow
some
night.
good games tomorrow. Actually, some good
Yeah,
Thanksgiving games for once. They're all three of them have some pretty compelling storylines. So
Cowboys
how about
winning that Chiefs game though.
that's it? All right, I'm on the opposite side with
I
you on
think
that,
they're winning that
but
one.
you know who the Chiefs remind me of just a little bit though. They remind me of the '94 Bills when the Bills after the Bills made their fourth Super Bowl. They missed the playoffs, right? One week they were up, the next week they were blah. The next week they were like a seesaw. That's how the Chiefs have been all year. Like you feel like they're gonna get ahead of steam going, and then they have a loss that you're not used to seeing. So maybe we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So
Yeah,
hopefully it's the same result. I'd love to see them miss the playoffs, but we'll see how that goes.
we'll see. All right,
All right,
bro.
brother. Have a great holiday weekend. Enjoy and go Bills on Sunday. See how we roll.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.